really hope you like the food here, Demi. The steak is particularly good, so make sure you try it. I love it. Thank you so much for bringing me here. Everything is so tasty. And I definitely agree about the steak. I'm so glad you like it. I thought it would be much better to bring you out somewhere nice than to be subjected to my lousy home cooking. That way you don't have to go through the awkwardness of pretending it's delicious when we both know full well that it isn't. Oh, don't be so modest, Mabel. You've been running a cafe for years now. How can you say that you're terrible at cooking? Do you guys come here often, by the way? It seems like you know the menu really well. Yeah, I guess you could say that we come here every now and again. How about we order a nice bottle of wine? Excuse me. Yes? What can I get for you? Would we be able to get a bottle of red, please? Preferably a full-bodied one that isn't too sweet. We have a Vieux Manent Reserve Malbec, if that's to your taste. It has a rich, fruity flavor, but isn't too bitter or too sweet. Okay then, let's go for a bottle of that one. Is that okay with you both? That's fine with me! Good food needs good wine to accompany it after all. I'll go and get it for you now then. Thank you very much. It's very hard to fault the way things are done here at this restaurant, but I feel like so much effort must need to go into making sure that everything is always running smoothly. However you look at it, I definitely made the best choice deciding to run a cafe instead of the restaurant business. Don't you agree? Yeah, I agree, Mom. There's far too much to worry about when you're running a restaurant. From making sure the kitchen always has the right ingredients to making sure that the waiting staff are always delivering top customer service. When you're running a cafe, on the other hand, things are much less stressful. The team is generally smaller, so there are less people to manage, and the menu is generally less extensive, and there isn't as much fresh food to prepare. What do you think, honey? Me? Well, I don't know anything about the catering industry. I've always been solely focused on my career in music, so I guess I never really thought too much about other lines of business. How are things going with your cafe, by the way, Mabel? Oh, I'm actually going to be moving on from my original site. I've decided to move to a bigger place out in the suburbs, focusing on day trippers coming out from the city as my target audience. I'm planning on expanding the menu a little as well. The new menu is going to include a variety of pastries and simple brunches as well as coffee. Oh, by the way, Demi, didn't you say that your dad works in interior design? Yes, that's right. He does interior design and also some reconstruction work. Apparently, he's been in the business for a really long time and is very well known in the area. Lots of big companies around here have hired him to help design their offices and stuff. Oh, I see. Sounds fancy. Well, because I'm planning on reopening on a much larger scale than before, the new premises is going to have to go through a lot of remodeling. I was wondering if you could perhaps ask your dad if he would be willing to help me out. You want my dad to do the remodeling for you? I'll have to ask him. I'm not really sure exactly what his work entails, if I'm honest with you. We're planning on having dinner out with your parents in a couple of weeks anyway, aren't we? I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to discuss it with him, but I also thought that it might be better for you to bring it up with him first so it's not sprung on him during the dinner. I don't want him to feel awkward or like he's being backed into a corner or anything. I can definitely pitch the idea to him on your behalf, but I don't know how busy he is at the moment, so I can't promise whether he'll definitely be able to do it or not. You can tell that my mom is a total workaholic, can't you, Demi? We've come out for a nice dinner so she can get to know her future daughter-in-law better, but she won't stop going on and on about work. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've gone and done it again, haven't I? Was I really talking about work that much? I'm so sorry. I'll shut up about it now. It's just that I've been focusing so much on opening the new store recently, so it's difficult to get it out of my mind. I'm so sorry to keep bringing it up. I don't even realize that I'm doing it half of the time. So sorry for the wait. Here is the wine you ordered. Thank you. Let's stop talking about work and other stressful things and toast to our engagement instead, shall we? Yes, that's a great idea. Let's drink. I don't want you to feel as if I'm pressuring you into doing it if you'd rather not mix work and family or if you're too busy or anything like that. I told her not to get her hopes up, so she'll understand if you can't do it for whatever reason.
Oh no, it's fine. I understood when I went into this field that I would probably have to prioritize a few jobs because of personal connections. Has she decided on the location and everything already? I'm happy to do it for her, but she has to understand that if it's too far away, it might be a little difficult. After all, it's the whole team that needs to be taken into consideration, not just me.
I don't think it's very far away from here, but she did say that it's in the suburbs, so it might be a little inconvenient to get to. I think her main idea is to open a more spacious and secluded brunch spot out in the suburbs to attract a different customer base.
Ah, okay. I think I can picture a vague idea of what kind of thing she probably wants. I don't think it's going to be a cheap project, though. Do you know how much she's prepared to pay?
I don't really know what her budget is. She said that she wanted to talk to you more about it at dinner next week, but she thought it would be more courteous for me to mention it to you first instead of springing it on you.
Well, if nothing else, she sounds like she's a very diligent person. I knew that she was running a cafe, but had no idea that she was planning on opening another one.
Oh no, she's not planning on running 2 places at once. She's going to wrap things up at the old place and then fully focus her attention on this new premises.
Oh, really? Is she passing the old place on to someone else or something like that? Either way, it sounds like she's a very capable person, single-handedly running a business like that in her old age. She mustn't be short of money either. Opening up a cafe and completely redoing the interior isn't a cheap business. Not to mention the fact that it's in the suburbs. I'm sure the rent must be pretty high out there.
I'm not too sure exactly what her financial situation is, but I heard that her late husband left her a decent amount of money when he passed away. He also left her full ownership of the house she lives in now, and she even bought a house for me and Henry to live in together after we get married, so she must be quite wealthy.
Oh, I see. Honey, you're going to have to do a good job with this cafe interior project. It sounds like we don't want to get on the wrong side of Henry's mom. We also need to show how grateful we are to her for providing Demi and Henry with a place to live together. I know it's out of the question for you to remodel the whole thing for free, but you should take extra care to do the best job possible. That way Henry's mom will look favorably on our Demi.
Don't you worry, I never do a job half-heartedly. First I'll have to go and check the place out to see whether I'll be able to do the job or not. So you can let Henry's mom know that I'll make the decision after that.
Okay, I will. Thanks, Dad.
It's so nice to finally meet you, Colin, Lilith.
It's nice to meet you too, Mabel. It's nice to finally see you in the flesh after having only spoken to you on the phone.
Yes, you're right. It is. It's nice to be able to put a face to the voice. I suppose we've ended up speaking on the phone quite a lot already because of the whole cafe thing. Anyway, these two seem to be set on preparing slowly for the wedding without rushing into things. Isn't that right?
Yes, that's right. We figured there's no use in rushing into things. Henry is going to be busy with some big projects at work until the end of the year, and the kids are going to start preparing for their college entrance exams soon, so I'll also be rushed off my feet. We thought it would be best to take things slow and plan to hold the wedding next summer.
This daughter of mine has always done things at her own pace. She's always so laid back and has such a positive outlook on life that it makes me worry about her sometimes. Her brother is the complete opposite. Always in a rush and never wanting to take a second to stop and breathe. I wish the two of them would learn from each other. Things would be perfect if he would just slow down a little, and if she would just speed up a little.
Oh, but that's one of the things I like so much about Demi. I'd even say it's the main reason I fell for her in the first place. I'm always busy and under lots of pressure at work because I'm in a team that needs to move quickly, otherwise we won't achieve results. Seeing Demi is like a breath of fresh air. She helps me to calm down and find my center when I'm stressed and overworked.
You guys are making me sound so laid back that I could almost be called lazy. I busted good at work as well, you know. Being a music teacher is no joke. These days, kids who want to have careers in music and other arts fields don't receive nearly enough support, so I make sure that I can be in their corner as much as possible. You really are such a lovely girl, Demi. I'm so glad that my son is marrying someone sweet and caring like you. Oh, by the way, Colin, did you go and check out the cafe's location?
Oh, yes, I did. It is a little bit far out of town, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'll assign my most trustworthy employee to be the head of the project, so you can be rest assured that everything is in good hands.
Oh, really? Thank you so much for going to all this trouble for me.
Oh, it's nothing really. You're going to be part of the family soon, so this is the least I can do for you. You can leave it to me.
Oh, by the way, do you remember those photos that I sent you the other week? Well, I actually found some other things that I thought would look quite good as well. Do you mind if I send you a few more inspiration pieces?
Oh, yes, of course. Send over anything you like. It's nice to see how passionate you are about your work environment.
Oh dear. I'm doing it again, aren't I? I've gone off on a tangent about work when we're here to talk about Henry and Demi's wedding plans. But then again, is there really anything left to talk about regarding the wedding? Everything we can do at this early stage is pretty much sorted out. We even have the new house ready for them. They said that they wanted to do things slowly and not rush too much. So I guess there's no point in talking about the finer details now, and there's nothing we can really do about it, is there?
I suppose you're right. I heard that the apartment you bought for them is pretty sizable. If you let Colin know the measurements, he can sort out any last-minute things that need doing with the interior.
Oh, the interior for the new house! There will be no need. Everything's already sorted out there, but thank you anyway. The apartment is around 120 meters squared in total, but because it's a new build, everything in there is brand new and in tip-top condition.
An apartment of that size mustn't have been cheap.
Oh, well, you know, only the best for my baby boy and his future wife. It came to around $300,000 in the end. But as I said, I can't put a price on my son's happiness. When you only have one child like me, you need to give them everything you can.
Mom, Colin, if you two would like to talk business, we're more than happy for you to carry on. As we said, there isn't really much else for us to say about the wedding at this stage. Don't you agree, Lilith?
Of course. The most pressing matter here is getting Mabel's new cafe open as soon as possible. I'm sure she has a lot to worry about aside from the interior and would like to get the ball rolling already. This laid-back daughter of mine is certainly in no rush to prepare for the wedding anytime soon. I suppose the main point of today was for us all to see each other and make sure that we were all on the same page.
You're both so lovely and understanding. I can see where Demi gets it from. I can count my lucky stars that my Henry has gone and found the perfect family to marry into.
Oh, thank you so much for your kind words, Mabel. I'll be really honest with you. My first impressions of Mabel were not great, but after talking to her for a while, I realized she's actually a really nice lady, and you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I can confidently say that I've come away from that dinner with nothing to complain about.
I agree. And it's also nice to see that she takes her work so seriously. It was nice that she knew what she wanted and she wasn't constantly floundering from one decision to another like some of my clients do.
But Dad, are you sure it's really the best idea to get involved with someone who will soon become part of the family in a work capacity? What if something ends up going wrong or you end up falling out with Mabel over something before the wedding? That will just make things super awkward for Demi and Henry, won't it?
I'm sure it will be fine. But you are right in saying that agreeing to do a project for someone you have a personal relationship with can often get a little awkward in the interior design industry. I get lots of people coming to me asking if your dad would be able to give them friends and family discounts, who then get annoyed when I say no. But don't you think that it would have been more awkward if we had flat out refused Mabel's request immediately? Yes, things could get awkward if there are some disagreements further down the line, but if we had said no to her straight away, we would have soured our relationship with her before we'd even met her face to face.
Your mom's right, you know. And these days, it is really hard to find a trustworthy interior design company. I saw on the news recently that some people have been scammed by fake companies that take huge deposits and then disappear without actually doing any of the work. So I don't really blame her for jumping at the chance to use someone she knows.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. There are some instances where they get permission to work whilst the owner of the house is out, and then they steal all of their most expensive possessions and run away.
Wait, seriously?
Does that actually happen?
Yeah, it does, unfortunately. There are quite large-scale operations as well, you know. They have their own offices and hire a bunch of employees to make themselves seem legitimate. But then, I shouldn't really complain, because as a consequence, people are tending to be less trustworthy of newly established interior design companies, and would rather come to companies like mine who have been around for years and already have an established reputation in the community. And Mabel's project in particular is going to help my company out a lot as well, I think. It's not often that we take on a complete remodeling, so it will be a great experience for some of the newer employees and will enable us to take on more big projects in the future.
So you already went to check the place out?
Yeah, I took some of my employees over there the other day to do a little reconnaissance mission. I've got a pretty good idea of the scale on which things need to be done, and I'm confident we'll be able to do a good job. I know you're worried that it's going to be too much for me, but don't you worry about it, sweetheart. I'm a veteran in this business after all.
Thank you so much for doing this, Dad. But still, even if she is my future mother-in-law, don't give her too much of a discount, okay? You deserve to be paid your dues.
Of course I won't. I know what my work is worth. Don't worry.
Colin, I need to talk to you about the cafe in the suburbs project.
Oh, sure. Is everything going okay? Have there been any problems?
Well, it's just that they haven't given us the interim payment yet. I've tried to call the cafe's owner several times and she hasn't picked up once. I've also mailed her the invoice, but there's been nothing but radio silence from her end.
What? Okay, hang on. Could you do the calculations for me? How much does she owe us at this point in the project exactly?
Including labor costs and costs of materials, she owes us around $10,000.
Right, okay. Thanks for that. I'll try and contact her directly now.
Oh, hi, Colin. Is everything okay?
Hi there, Mabel. I hope you've been well. I'm really sorry to have to bring this up, but one of my employees just brought to my attention that you haven't paid us what you owe so far for the cafe interior project. The interim payment is long overdue, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to pay it as soon as possible. Did you receive the invoice?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm outside right now and I can barely hear you. I'm by a busy road and all I can hear is cars. So annoying. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to have to call you back later.
Hello? Hello? Mabel? Are you still there? Looks like she hung up on me. She better not be pretending not to hear me and using the noise of the cars as an excuse to hang up on me.
I think it's very likely that she could hear you loud and clear, Colin. She's just trying to find any way possible to avoid paying us. And also, I've heard a few things about the cafe that she used to run. And they're not good things.
Oh no. Go on then, tell me. I'm all ears. Looks like we're in a bit of a sticky situation here.
Surely she's not going to insist on never paying you a dime, is she?
I don't know, but I feel like this is just the beginning of what could end up becoming a very awkward situation. It's making it very hard for me to treat her with the respect that I should give my daughter's future mother-in-law.
Oh, it sounds like Demi just got back. Let's talk about this all together. Demi, can you come here for a second? There's something we need to talk about with you.
Is everything okay? Were you guys waiting for me to get home? Mom, whatever it is, can it not wait until tomorrow? I'm really tired. The kids in my exam prep class are getting really stressed and it's starting to get to me a little.
I know you're busy and you must be really tired, but I'm afraid this is quite important and it can't really wait until tomorrow.
Oh, okay. What is it? Oh, Mom, could I have a cup of chamomile tea to help me relax a little?
Yeah, of course. Your dad will fill you in whilst I make the tea.
You're worrying me a little. Is it something really serious? Come on, Dad. Just tell me what it is already.
Well, it's about Mabel's cafe. As you know, it's a big project because she wants the whole place remodeled, and we started working on it 5 months ago. With a project of that scale, we need the interim payment in order to be able to continue, but she won't give it to us.
She's not paying at all? Did she not pay the deposit either?
Well, no, she didn't, and letting her get away with that was probably my first mistake. When I first asked her for the deposit, she said she was having some money troubles because wrapping things up with the old cafe wasn't as easy as she had anticipated, so I dropped it and decided not to press her about it. And so we ended up starting the project without receiving the deposit.
Dad! How could you start the project without even receiving the deposit? That's not like you at all. So you're saying that you haven't received a single penny from her?
Yep, that's right. I thought it would be more appropriate for one of my employees to ask her for the money instead of me asking her directly myself, but she kept ignoring their calls and didn't even say anything when we mailed her the invoice. I decided to take matters into my own hands and call her myself today, but she just pretended that she couldn't hear me and hung up.
Here's your tea, sweetheart. In my opinion, the best thing is for you to arrange somewhere for the three of you to meet and talk about this in person. I think that she's more likely to be less hostile if you're there as well, Demi. It sounds like this is going to end up being an expensive project, and I don't like the idea of your father not being paid what he's owed. Mabel also hasn't come to see how things are going once during the last 5 months, so I don't think there's going to be any opportunity to catch her off guard unless you orchestrate it.
Okay, I'll do my best to sort something out. I'm so sorry. I feel like this is all my fault.
What are you talking about? You haven't done anything wrong. And... oh, actually, never mind. Let's meet up with her as soon as possible and see what she has to say for herself.
Okay. I really can't believe that Mabel would be so bad-mannered as to avoid paying my dad for so long. There's definitely something fishy about this. Surely she should have been going out of her way to make sure that all the payment deadlines are met. After all, I am meant to be marrying her son, and it's important for our families to have a good relationship.
So what was it that you wanted to say to me? Is it something about the wedding?
No, actually. I was actually going to ask if you have anything you would like to say to me.
Why would I have anything in particular to say to you? There's nothing I can think of.
Oh, Dad! Over here!
Hi there, Mabel. I hope you've been keeping well.
Oh, hi, Colin. It's been a while, hasn't it? Demi, you never told me that your father would be joining us today. I'm a bit taken off guard, to be honest.
I heard everything from my dad, Mabel, about how you haven't paid him a single cent, despite the fact that he's been working on your cafe for the last 5 months. This is a large-scale project that costs a lot of money, you know. Don't you think it's about time you paid him for it?
Well, I don't think it's your place to be getting involved in this, Demi. This is between me and your dad.
Well, it could have stayed between the two of us if you didn't keep ignoring my attempts to contact you. If you had just picked up the phone, then I wouldn't have had to drag Demi into this.
Well, I think that we should save discussing payments until the work is done, don't you? You've already started, haven't you? Well, you might as well see it until the end at this point, don't you think?
I can't go any further unless you give us what you owe to cover labor costs and costs of materials. This stuff isn't cheap, you know, and if you don't pay us, it simply isn't going to get done. Because you're Demi's future mother-in-law, I decided to give you the benefit of the doubt, and for the first time in my entire career, I started a job without first receiving the deposit. Perhaps it was my mistake to be so lenient in the first place.
Well, I told you, didn't I? I'm still busy tying up loose ends with my old cafe.
I think I've let you use that excuse one too many times already.
Well, I don't know why you're attacking me. I'm actually quite disappointed with the way you're hounding me for money right now. Do you really have to be such a cheapskate?
Excuse me? I think that up until now, we have done our best to be as understanding as possible, and we have given you way more leeway than we would give the average customer.
Well, if you've already given me some leeway, then surely it won't hurt to give me a little bit more, don't you think?
With all due respect, I don't think that's going to be possible.
Well, what I'm saying is, what kind of family members ask each other for payments for their services? You should just be doing this for me out of the kindness of your heart, don't you think? Why don't you just finish the project for me, and then I'll pay you back by treating Demi as if she were my very own daughter for the rest of my life. And anyway, when I pass on, the cafe is going to end up belonging to Henry and Demi anyway. So when you think about it, you're actually doing this for your daughter. What kind of logic is that? So what you're saying is that you want my dad and his employees to do all that work and get absolutely nothing in return? Can you even hear yourself talking right now? Well, I don't think I'm being unreasonable. I never asked for your side to contribute too much towards the wedding. And anyway, I bought you guys a house that cost a pretty penny. I'm sure that the cost of the cafe remodeling doesn't equate to that, does it?
So the price of the house was $300,000, right? Well, the total amount you will owe us for the project stands at $200,000.
Well, maybe you can even add an extra little bit as a contribution to the wedding and call it even. What do you say?
Excuse me?
I think it works out fairly. Don't you agree? I don't see any flaws in my logic here. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot that I have another appointment in 30 minutes. I need to rush off now. Hello? Yes, I'm on my way now.
Mabel? Mabel! You can't just leave!
What on earth was that? Has she gone completely insane?
I can't believe that crazy woman. By the way, Demi, are you sure you know everything about your in-law situation?
What do you mean by that? Is there something else I should know that you haven't been telling me?
Well, it's just that I heard some rumors, that's all. Maybe it would be best to look into their financial situation a little more. I heard that Mabel hadn't fully paid off her lease for the old cafe. I know you're busy and you could do without the extra stress, but this is something that affects you directly, so I thought it would be best for you to try and get to the bottom of exactly what's going on here.
Oh gosh. Sure, I'll look into it. So have they been pretending to be doing well financially all this time? I know that Henry isn't lying to me about his job, but Mabel could well have been lying about how well her cafe was doing and why she decided to move to a different premises. I need to get to the bottom of this. So you're saying that the reason the owner of this cafe had to leave was because she couldn't afford to pay the rent anymore?
You have no idea how much trouble that lady has put me through. She seemed like a nice old lady who just wanted to have a go at running a business in her old age. I never thought she'd give me this much of a headache. She never even paid the deposit and she kept asking for extensions on the rent payments. She did whatever she could to avoid the responsibility of paying me anything, and now she's trying to get out of the lease without even shutting down the place properly.
Can I ask, was business going well for her here?
Of course it wasn't. Nobody would buy anything off a pretentious old hag like her. She seems nice enough on the outside, but she's cold and calculating on the inside. She made the place look all nice and bought the most expensive and flashy tableware and high-quality coffee machines she could possibly find, but she couldn't actually run the place properly. The coffee wasn't great, and the food was such bad quality that she never had any customers.
Oh, really? Oh, is this place open? Where's the owner?
Where's the lady who used to run this place?
And who might you be?
I'm from the company that supplied the coffee beans for this place. If you know where that lady is, please can you help us get in contact with her as soon as possible? She hasn't paid us for her last few orders. I asked around at some other local suppliers, and she seems to have done the same thing with them. Is it true that she's starting up her business again?
This is unbelievable. She wasn't even paying for her coffee beans?
Not only that, she hasn't paid the people who supplied her cookies and pastries either. I heard a rumor that she started ordering stuff from a fresh group of suppliers who didn't know her reputation. So I thought that meant that she started up her business again and that I would find her here, but I guess not.
Would you be able to give me your contact details? I can find out what's going on and make sure that you're kept in the loop. Hang on a second. I'm so sorry, I'm getting a call. Hello? Excuse me? What is... Okay, I got it. Thanks. Thank you for your help. I'll contact you both again later. Something urgent came up.
Where are you going? You know where she is, don't you? You can't just leave without telling me.
You're not the only one who's fallen victim to her, you know. Looks like I was almost trapped in a sham marriage with her son. I really need to get going now, but I will contact you as soon as I know something. Please give me your business card and I promise I'll keep it safe so I don't lose your number.
All right, here you go. But please, please don't forget to call me, okay?
I promise I will call you.
It seems like there's no limit to what kind of fraud this crazy woman is willing to pull off.
You're telling me?
Ugh, I really don't know what I'm going to do about this wretched place. Hey, Mom. I told you that I would take care of it, so why do you keep calling me? Just make sure that you rush her on the marriage registration, okay? If you guys are married, then it will be a lot harder for them to try and accuse me of anything. Fine, fine. I thought we wouldn't have to worry about this so soon, but I guess the whole money thing has caught up with us sooner than I thought it was going to. That's what I'm saying. So make sure you get her to agree to register your marriage as soon as possible, even if you still end up having the ceremony when you originally planned. I don't think they're going to let the whole payment thing slide so easily, so we need to do whatever we can to get around it. You can sway her by saying you want to get married sooner so you can move into the new house together sooner. Girls love that kind of romantic stuff. All right, Mom, I got it. Oh, she's coming. I better hang up now. Hey, Demi! I'm over here.
So you were already here lying in wait for me, huh?
Honey, why is it so hard to see your face these days? I miss you so much. Have you been that busy preparing the kids for their exams?
Oh, I've been busy, but with something else more pressing. You said you had something important to tell me, right? I also have something important to tell you, but I'd like to hear what you have to say first.
Why are you acting so aggressive today? You don't seem like your usual self. Anyway, what I wanted to say to you was that as we're already planning on holding the wedding ceremony next spring and everything is basically already in place, why don't we just start living together already? The new house is ready for us and we can always register our marriage before holding the ceremony so we can be officially married before we move in together.
Oh, the new house? You mean the place that we're going to have to pay rent for?
Pay rent? What are you talking about? My mom already bought us a house, didn't she?
Well, considering what I've found out about your mom recently, I wouldn't be surprised if she's told you to ask me to register the marriage earlier than we planned in an attempt to save her own skin. Underestimating me and my dad was a big mistake on her part.
What are you saying? I don't quite follow.
Take this. I came here to give this to you.
What's this? Proof of contents.
I don't actually know where your mom lives, so I thought it would be best to give it to you to deliver to her. And tell her that my dad isn't afraid to take legal action against her, so please make sure she's aware of that as well. So if she knows what's good for her,
She better pay my dad what she owes him as soon as possible. Anyway, that's all. I'm leaving.
Honey, wait. What's the meaning of all this? I thought everything was sorted when you guys spoke to my mom before. I thought you came to an agreement and she didn't have to pay you anything. I thought you agreed that it was only fair if she had bought us a house for $300,000.
Oh, but I already know that she never bought that house, so stop trying to hold it over us already. She's just rented it out and is probably going to expect us to pay the rent eventually once she's managed to trap me in a marriage with you. You and your mom are both shameless, you know. I can't believe she would use buying the house as a weapon against us when she never even bought it in the first place. I had a bit of a hunch, so I went to the realtors that she used, and I found out that she's already fallen behind on rent payments, just like with her old cafe. You're just a family of fraudsters.
How could you say that? You've just made a mistake and been fed some misinformation, that's all. Who told you this?
I heard it directly from the landlord. So I made sure to check everything thoroughly. And now I have no doubt that this is the truth.
Honey, please. Can we just talk about this a little more calmly? I can explain everything. Actually, the reason we ended up signing a rental contract instead of buying the place is because we were going to use that money to pay your dad for the remodel. Ugh, that's freezing! Why would you throw iced coffee at me?
Every time you open your mouth, it's a new lie. Hopefully this nice, refreshing iced Americano can help you come to your senses. Do you seriously think there's any way I would still marry you after everything I found out? I'm not stupid. I know a fraudster when I see one, and that's all that you and your mom are.
You've got it all wrong. This is all just one huge misunderstanding. I can explain everything, I promise.
How can you possibly say this has been a misunderstanding when I have proof of everything? I guess you must have been using stolen money throughout our whole relationship, huh? Give my dad his money ASAP and then get out of my life for good. Okay?
Demi, wait. Come back. Oh gosh. How did she even find out about the whole rent thing?
Excuse me? Why aren't you working?
Can't you see the sign? It says that we won't continue working here until the debt owed to us by the owner of the premises is paid.
You can't do that! It's not like you're erecting a building or anything. You're just doing up the inside of a cafe.
It's written clearly in the contract you signed with us that we're entitled to lien here. If you want us to keep working, you're going to have to pay us. If you keep delaying the payments, then you'll be delaying the completion of the cafe.
Well, how do you expect me to earn money to give to you when my place of work isn't even ready for me yet? I would love to give you the money right now. Believe me.
Do you really think that selling a cup of coffee here and there is going to pay for this? Anyway, we're just following the correct legal procedures. We have no choice but to take you to court over this. I'm planning on revealing the fact that you went into this with no intention of paying us in the first place, and I also won't hesitate to sue you for fraud if I have to. So be prepared.
It's just that I'm unexpectedly going through a hard time financially right now. But things will get better. I'm not completely desperate. I still own my own house as well as the office building that my late husband left me.
Well, it's true that crumbling old building is your property, but if you're not going to cough up the money you owe us right now, what use is it for me to know that? Going around sucking up to people and scamming them when they least expect it may have worked for you up until now, but I'm telling you that it isn't going to work on me.
Now, Colin, I know that you're angry, but if you could just calm down for a second. We should take our children into consideration and try to get along with each other, shouldn't we? My Henry loves your Demi a lot, and I'm sure Demi loves Henry just as much.
Huh! My daughter has already told your good-for-nothing son that she isn't going to marry him. Did he not tell you? I suppose he must be too ashamed.
I can promise you that we haven't been ripping people off intentionally. It's just that our situation hasn't been ideal recently. I opened my original cafe not long after my husband died in order to make ends meet, but whatever I did, I always ended up in the negative. If things go well with this new cafe, then I'm sure I'll be able to pay you back tenfold.
This is all just because you refuse to give up on your house and your ownership of that building. If you would just do that, then you could settle your debt to me easily. And don't go acting like you haven't been deliberately saying you'll pay people for this and that and then pulling a disappearing act on them. If that's not fraud, then I don't know what is. Do you feel good about yourself? Are you proud of your lifestyle? I can see that there's no getting through to you, so we're just going to have to settle this in court. We will not be continuing this project for you.
Why do you have to be so stubborn? Is it really so much that you're willing to take me to court over this?
If you want us to finish this project, you're going to need to pay us in advance. If you don't pay us, we're taking you to court. It's as simple as that. I told you before, the total amount is $200,000.
Well, I can't give you that much money up front. Would you perhaps be willing to accept it in installments?
I want the whole amount up front. No negotiations. I'm fed up with talking to you about this. I don't have anything left to say to you.
Trying to negotiate with this man is like trying to squeeze blood out of a rock. What am I going to do? Henry, I'm losing my mind here. I really am. What if they seize the building? What did the lawyers say?
They didn't say anything. They probably don't think we're worth representing because we're clearly in the wrong.
Even with the old cafe, things never got this bad. I guess Colin was running a bigger and more reputable company than we thought. He was able to exercise his threats of legal action right away.
Well, I asked the lawyer, and he said that Colin has done a lot of work for the law firm offices around here, so he probably has connections in the right places. The longer we drag this out, the more compensation we may have to end up paying. So let's just pay up as soon as possible and get the whole thing over with.
But where are we going to get $200,000 from all of a sudden? I also need to pay rent on that stupid apartment as well. This is hell!
Why don't you just get out of the contract for that place already? It's not like Demi and I are ever going to live in there. If you get the deposit back, it might be able to help out with our debt to Colin to some extent. But anyway, none of this would have happened if you hadn't got it into your head to try and open a cafe in the first place.
Well, what choice did I have? Your father passed away and the money I was left with was barely enough. So I thought that if I opened the cafe, I would be able to make a decent living. How was I supposed to know that I wouldn't make any profit from it?
Well, you should at least have tried to sell that building he left you.
Are you crazy? Nobody would buy it in the state that it's in.
Oh, I'm sure somebody would. After all, you were crazy enough to keep it all this time. I know that Dad left it to you, but it's not worth anything anymore, Mom. Why don't you just sell the building and get rid of that stupid rental house? I know it's not going to be ideal, but the money that you earn from it might be able to get you out of this mess.
But then I'll have nothing to leave you when I pass away. I don't know why you're nagging at me so much when these will be your assets someday.
Do you think I care about that? I just don't want to be in any more debt. You're already in a ton of debt from deciding to open up the new cafe. Let's just get out another loan and use this house as collateral.
What? You can't seriously be suggesting that. I can't live with that kind of uncertainty at my age. You should have worked harder on sweetening up Demi.
Well, Demi won't even see me anymore. I waited for her outside her school and she called the police on me and made them escort me away. I really don't know what else I can possibly say to you if none of this is getting through and making you come to your senses.
But I can't possibly live in more debt at my age.
Mom, you don't have a choice. Don't you see that if you don't pay this back now, you're going to end up losing the house anyway because you'll end up with no choice but to auction it off to settle your debts?
How have things come to this? I really thought that if I could fix up that old building nicely and sell coffee for a reasonable price, I would be able to hit the jackpot.
How could you be so naive, Mom? I'll admit that I was also stupid for going along with all your schemes as well. I'm going outside to get some fresh air. I'll start looking at our loan options tomorrow.
Don't think I don't know that you're going out to get drunk again. You really shouldn't drink so much, you know. It's not good for your health. We've been open a few days, but there really haven't been many customers. I'm still feeling optimistic, though. This time, I really am going to make it big. And then all of that suffering is going to be worth it. At least I've been able to pay back what I owed to Colin for the remodeling. I don't even want to think about my other debts at the moment. I'll pay them all back in due course.
Oh, wow! This cafe is so pretty! Could we please get 2 Americanos and 1 tiramisu, please?
2 Americanos and 1 tiramisu coming right up. If they've come all the way out here at the weekend, they should at least order something a little more expensive. Are you sure you wouldn't like anything else? These Madeleines go so great with iced Americanos, you know.
Oh no, we're fine with just the tiramisu, thank you.
Are you sure? Why don't you take a look at our cookies? We have lots of different flavors.
Oh, honestly, it's fine. As my friend said, we just want the tiramisu.
Oh, okay. I'll go and make your coffees for you then. Hey, Shannon! Why does that girl keep going to the bathroom when she's meant to be working?
Yes, ma'am? You called me?
Yes, I did. Can you watch the counter for me whilst I'm making the coffees? And can you please stop going to the bathroom when I need you?
Yes. Sorry. I'm getting a little uncomfortable. Aren't you?
Yeah, the boss lady is so rude and pushy. I can't believe she would yell at her employee in front of customers like that.
I think this is the place. Hey, lady! We know you're here, so come on out! Excuse me, is the manager of this place here right now?
The manager? What have you come to see her for?
We're here to take away the cake display and the tables. If she's going to start a business, she should know that you need to pay people if you're going to use their products. If she doesn't pay us right now, we're going to take our stuff with us right now.
Ma'am? I think you should come out. There are some people here to see you.
Oh, for goodness sake, Shannon! Why are you being so loud? Oh no! How did you find me here? Did you really think we wouldn't find you? Did you think you could sneakily set up your business here off the radar? Did you think that changing up your interior was enough of a camouflage? But I don't know how you found out about my location change. Anyway, how about we go somewhere quieter and talk about this properly? It's not proper to start yelling in front of the customers now, is it?
Now, with whose money have you been able to open up this new place? Not with the money that you owe our company, I hope. Were you planning on carrying on receiving orders of our coffee beans to your old place and using them at this new place without paying us? Huh? There's no limit to what you think you can get away with, is there?
Excuse me. I think we're going to just leave now. Please cancel our order. We don't want it anymore. This atmosphere is really suffocating and we just feel really uncomfortable here.
But I've already made your coffees. How about you just have them anyway? Until you pay for the coffee beans that you're using, you can't sell this coffee. Do you understand? I don't think we'll be the only ones paying you a visit here either, you know. There's the disposable utensils company for one, not to mention the cake and pastry suppliers. I can't believe that you have the audacity to set up a business with the money that you owe us. I'm sorry about that. But please, the customers are still watching. It's only been a couple of days since I first opened, and I still haven't got that many customers. It'll just make matters worse if you go around yelling like this.
We're just going to leave now. Please cancel our order. These people just said that we couldn't use the tables and chairs here either, so I don't really feel comfortable staying here.
Until you've paid for these tables, you better not use them.
What are you doing? You can't just take my tables away. I laid them all out so nicely.
Do you think I care about how nicely you've laid them out? No, I care that you're trying to get away with using them without having paid for them in the first place. I'm going to stack them and chain them in this corner, so don't you dare try and use them until you've paid me for them.
You can't do this! This is my cafe! You can't just do what you want in here! And you can't just do what you want with products that you haven't even paid for.
You messed with the wrong people. All the suppliers that you owe are going to band together and sue you collectively, so you better be ready. Do I make myself clear?
Excuse me, could you please give us a refund? What should I be doing here?
This is a nightmare! I'm getting threatened with lawsuits and business is as dead as ever. On top of that useless son of mine has basically become an alcoholic, and he comes home in the early hours of the morning, so I barely even get to see him. What's this? Customers? First thing in the morning? This is great! Hi there! Welcome! Hi, are you Mrs. Mabel Goldworth, the owner of this establishment? Yes, I am the owner. May I ask how you know my name? Oh, I'm here from the local TV station. I'm here to do a special report on your cafe. Excuse me, but we haven't done anything particularly noteworthy to deserve all of this attention. Oh no, we're not here because we heard you did something good. We're here because we heard you did something bad. Apparently, you opened this business whilst owing thousands to suppliers from your previous cafe, which you attempted to abandon without a trace. Lots of supply companies have spoken up against you, going as far as to say that they are victims. It seems as if the amount you owe is growing steadfastly as more people are speaking out against you. Would you be able to share with us how it feels to be the most hated woman in the catering industry right now? Excuse me! No, I do not want to share anything with you! I have no idea what you're talking about, so please get out of my cafe. I don't know what you're thinking asking an elderly woman such questions so early in the morning. Are you trying to ruin my reputation? I'm just pointing out that you shouldn't be running a business with other people's money. If you're going to be in debt, you might as well do it the legitimate way and take out a loan, instead of trying to run away from all the money you owe these poor suppliers who are just trying to make ends meet. Like you. I really don't understand how you can live with yourself when you've basically committed daylight robbery. So tell me, are you going to pay them or not? I don't know why they're getting upset over such a trifling amount. I own my own house, and I even own a big office building, you know. Do you think that I don't have money? I also heard that you tried to get away with not paying for getting the interior of this place remodeled either. Is that true? I heard that the owner of the interior design company you hired had to go as far as to take you to court in order to get the money he was owed. Are you going to deny this as well? Yes, I am going to deny it, because it's not true. I've already told you so 1,000,000 times. I don't know what you're talking about. Who even are you? Are you the police in disguise? We're not the police, but we do feel as if it's our duty to uphold justice in our community and hold accountable those who try to run away from their responsibilities. Lots of people are suffering because of you, Mrs. Goldworth. Oh, will you just shut up? If they want to sue me or whatever, they should just go ahead and do it. Mrs. Goldworth? Mrs. Goldworth! Please open the door. I wasn't done talking to you. Look what you've gone and done now, Mom. I understand why it was difficult to pay for the interior design fees all at once, since it was pretty expensive. But you can't go around not paying for things that cost less than $100 like coffee beans just because you don't feel like it. These little things add up, and then you end up owing another huge sum of money. Did you even earn any money since opening the new cafe? No. The money I owe just kept piling up, and I kept ignoring it, and now, as you've said, I've ended up owing such a huge sum that it negated the measly amount that I was able to make from running the cafe. You told me that when you opened the new place, you would get all of your supplies legitimately instead of trying to sneakily get them for free. But I guess old habits die hard. You should have just paid for things when you needed them. Then we wouldn't be in this mess and nobody would be suing you. But still, hope is not lost. I have actually had quite a lot of customers coming in because they're enticed by the fancy new interior. So if it wasn't for everything I owed, I would actually be turning a profit. Thank you so much for your help. We were able to solve things much faster than expected thanks to you.
Oh, don't thank me. I just wanted to see justice for the victims. As you know, my father and I were personally affected by Mrs. Goldworth's crimes, and we don't want other people to go through the same things we did.
Demi, what on earth are you doing here?
Oh, no. I was hoping I wouldn't run into them. Hi there, Henry, Mabel. I won't ask if you've been well, because I know you probably haven't.
How come you're here? Why are you talking to the lawyer? We already paid you everything we owed you.
You already paid us, but there are plenty more people who haven't been paid, aren't there?
Don't tell me you're the one behind all of this.
Well, your mom had it coming, didn't she? She's done this to herself, and there's no way you can deny that.
This is all because of you! You and that father of yours! Do you have any idea how difficult it's going to be for me to do business after not one, but 2 lawsuits? My reputation is in tatters.
Well, don't expect me to feel sorry for you. You're getting exactly what you deserve. Mabel, can you seriously still stand there and blame someone else for landing you in this mess? How can you have the audacity to do that when you know full well that you're here because you can't do business legitimately and have to always be ripping someone off? Let's go, Demi. Don't waste your time with them. The other plaintiffs want to get together and buy you dinner to say thank you for everything you've done to help them. Mrs. Goldworth, if you cause any more trouble, I am going to have no choice but to call the police on you.
This is so frustrating. I can't be seen cursing her out in front of a lawyer.
Demi, wait. She's right, you know. It is all your fault, Mom.
My cafe! What am I going to do from now on?
Well, nothing good is going to come out of crying, is it? You brought this upon yourself by selling coffee made from expired beans. You can't just run a legitimate business the way it's supposed to be run, can you, Mom?
Well, I didn't know that they were that far past their expiration date. I thought I was being money savvy because business wasn't going well, and it was better to just keep using the beans I had instead of buying new ones when there was no demand for them.
You should have just stayed quietly at home and lived modestly off the money Dad left you. I also could have helped you out from time to time. Why did you have to go and start a business and cause all these problems? And if you really insisted on running a cafe, why couldn't you just do it on a small scale and do everything legitimately instead of biting off more than you could chew?
Well, I thought that if I dreamt big, I could make lots of money. Now look where that's got me. I'm ruined. How am I going to go on after this? I'm going to have to end up using the house as collateral to pay back everything I owe. Honestly, my life is over.
Thanks to Henry's dad being high up in a big international company, he and his mom got used to living a comfortable life. When he passed away, he left his wife, Mabel, the decent-sized house they lived in, as well as an office building he owned in the city and a modest sum of money. Whilst I was dating Henry, it became pretty obvious that he had never wanted for anything, but it never seemed to be a huge problem. He wasn't some stuck-up spoiled kid, and he was generally quite good with financial management. I could never have imagined that his mom would end up being the cause of the problems that would eventually break us up. She wasn't ready to give up on her comfortable life after her husband passed away, and wasn't satisfied with what he had left her. She started to dream of becoming the owner of a big fancy coffee shop and making lots of money in her old age, but she seemed to be allergic to running her business legitimately. She tried to get away with not paying any of her suppliers and was running her business using the money she saved because she had been withholding it from them. The suppliers that had been hunting her down managed to find her even when she had moved her cafe to a new location, and she ended up getting sued for basically everything she owned. My family were also personally affected, but we managed to get every penny we were owed. I ended up treating my parents to a fancy vacation abroad to apologize for getting them involved with that crazy woman and making them suffer for so long. I'm lucky that I found out about all of this before I got married to Henry, because the divorce would have complicated things further.
I hope I can meet someone who is right for me in the future, and I hope that my family finally encounters the stroke of good luck they deserve. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe.